everyone, and welcome to the first video of the Mixed Miseducation. My name is Danny and I welcome you to this safe space for mixed and multicultural people. Now, of course, I cannot tell a lie, so I will say that one of the big people that inspired me to start this channel was Exoticals United, because she played a really big part in me exploring my mixedness and what it meant to be a mixed person, especially in a predominantly black environment or in a family that is predominantly black. Am I aware that she is currently kind of a controversial figure? Yes, I am aware of that. But I noticed that a lot of the people that seem to be quote-unquote ganging up against her are the creators on YouTube that are in the unambiguous black empowerment space. So I feel like there is some kind of disconnect because a lot of people don't want to accept that our experience can be different, just like some people don't want to accept that for example, that certain dark-skinned exoticals are exotical mixed people, but that's a story for another time. I will definitely have a video on that. This channel was specifically started because I want to explain from the point of view of a person who is also mixed. I come from African, Southeast Asian, South Asian, and also European ancestry. I wanted to use that view that I have on the world to explain more of the points of arguments where I think there might be a disconnect, or where I think other groups, even if that might be Asian people or white people, I want to use this platform to, from my perspective, explain where some of the things may be misunderstood. My channel will have three main pillars. The first will be colorism, the next will be texturism, and the next will be featureism. So basically I will do these themes interchangeably because I think that that gives a pretty well-rounded explanation of what we're trying to get into on this channel. I might also add a theme of culture in there, but I might do that one a little less frequently. But I think culture could probably also be pretty important in understanding the nuances that there exist in these conversations when it comes to the way you were raised and the environment you were raised in. So I hope that is I hope that's entertaining enough. To give a little bit of context about myself, I am from the small part of South America that's actually also kind of Caribbean. A lot of us also consider ourselves Caribbean because not only are our countries part of the CARICOM, but we don't consider ourselves Latino because to be considered Latino, you would have to have some kind of history with either Spanish or Portuguese of one of the Latin countries, Latin languages. But the area that I come from, we have a lot more history with the English and the French, and we're also part of the CARICOM, like I said, so it's kind of technical that a lot of us would also consider ourselves to be Caribbean. Now, what I think makes my story kind of interesting is that there's adoption in my family, not in the generation before me, which made it a little bit more difficult for me to firstly realize that I might be mixed, and secondly, it made it a little bit more difficult for me to find out what exactly my roots were. But eventually I did find that out, and that's also why I could list the exact things I'm mixed with in the video, which might be a privilege, I do understand that, but at the end of the day, I think that might be what gives me an extra kind of edge when it comes to speaking about this topic, because it's really something that I had to not only come to terms with, but it's also something that I had to really learn about and that I had to go digging for. So yeah, I hope we can really keep the discussions about these topics that I'm hoping to bring to the light in in the specific light that I would like to bring it to the light into. I don't know if that's a saying, but yeah, I hope it goes well. I hope it can stay mostly positive because I never mean negativity with any of the things that I do. But of course, it can always be interpreted that way, and that will not be my problem. But yeah, if you happen to be interested in the things that I discussed, I really hope you would consider subscribing. And I hope we can have a good time together, build a community, and, make it a little bit easier for people to understand certain topics that might be a little bit scary to ask about or a little bit taboo to get into detail about. So yeah, I hope to be able to create that safe space. Please like and subscribe. Consider leaving a comment, and I will see you very soon.